was my life before the Salvation Army? Well, my life was pretty much wandering around with nothing to do, just aimlessly, and so get into a lot of trouble and get into a lot of situations that wasn't very good. What was the most impactful moment of me being with the Salvation Army was probably this past winter when it wasn't so bad and I was actually able to wake up every day and not feel terrible or to not feel lost. Who had the biggest impact on me at the Salvation Army and why would probably have to be Kenyon. He's the only one who was nice to me when nobody else was, and gave me a reason to hang out and be around and made me feel better about myself as a human being. How is my life different now? It's because I have meaning and I have direction and I have a place to go whenever I don't feel good and I feel bad, and it's a lot more fulfilled.
Before the Salvation Army, I was desperate for help, for financial resources. I first came into contact with the Salvation Army. I had finally told my parents what was going on, and some family members here in South Dakota. And they all said, you know, you need to find a food shelter if the pantry's bare. You know, start with one step, feed the kids. Oh, I'm so glad I walked in the door. The most impactful moment that I had with the Salvation Army. The second time that I went for a food box was probably one of the worst days of my life. I saw Michelle and she was like, "You're having a rough day. Why don't you come and talk to me?" I found a shoulder to cry on, and I found somebody who didn't judge me and pretty much gave me the hope that I could still keep going. Who has had the biggest impact at the Salvation Army on me and why? Surprising, the congregation actually. After I got the resources I needed, I was invited to come to church, and I haven't been in a long time, and I found home. I found friends for the first time in more years than I could possibly count that weren't obligated to be my friends. And I found my faith again, and I found hope. How is my life different now? Oh my goodness. Well, I'm happy. I have support. I have a support system. I have happy kids that are well fed, and I'm on my feet, and I'm out of an abusive relationship, and I can actually see a future that isn't constant struggle, and that's life affirming.
I was like a 6-year-old child when police officers knocked on the door of our home and told my parents about 4 a.m. that floodwaters were coming. And my first contact with Salvation Army was as a little boy. And they were so kind and blessed us in such a great way. That was an incredible impact in my life, and I'll never forget it. The greatest impact in my life was these leaders is probably about every one of them I ever came in contact with. Even the folks here in Watertown throughout the years that I've come back and visit from time to time, I've been very impassioned about what they're doing because they truly have a heart for people. Well, having grown up poor, I've been impassioned to reach out to the poor, and I think it's all because of when I went through the difficult times as a kid and seeing my family lose everything and seeing how they were ministered to by the folks at Salvation Army. I felt in my heart that as a minister that would always be the kind of direction I would go. So, and I think that all stems from way back then when we were our most desperate, somebody reached out to us.